Okay. Oh, hi. I'm promoting right now, making sure that you guys know that I'm live because I know I don't go live enough for you guys to get notifications. But we're going to talk about this transit, like straight up. We're going to dive into this transit. So get ready because you guys know I do this every 18 months. Please let me know if the sound is good, if it's glitchy, if it's not glitchy, let me know that. I'm babes. We're gonna go into it right now. Like, hey Jim. Also having, and I'm using my Google Pixel. I'm using my Google Pixel. I'm wondering if I should plug in. Tell me if this is better or if I plug in this headset if it's better. But you guys gotta let me know because I might do this video all over again and just edit it. Right now we're just going to riff a little bit, but let me know if this sounds okay. Okay, is this better? With the mic or without the mic? With the mic, without the mic, with the mic, without the mic. I would just put the mic right here. Use the mic. Yes, it's even better. Bam, we in it. Okay, guys, let's get into it. All right. First of all, I'm gonna pour myself a little cocktail. I'm here by myself. The family is out of the house. I have the house to myself. It's me and you. The phone is charged. I am here. So, first things first, get comfortable, get your notebooks out, and get your natal chart. Let me know when you have your natal chart, when you're comfortable, you're seated, you're in position, so that we could talk about this transit, okay? Malcolm ain't popping in, child. Let's take a sip, okay? Let's take a sip. I'm gonna do my little, I like glass jars, so period, because this transit is really no joke, y'all. This is a big deal. Hold on. I'm not having anything fancy. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Okay, who else has personal Aquarius placements? I do. I just saw somebody has Moon in Aquarius. I have Mars. Who has a personal Aquarius placement? And even if you don't have a planet in Aquarius, if you have an angle in Aquarius, meaning it's the first, the fourth, the seventh, or the 10th house, you are absolutely an Aquarius type of energy, Aquarius type of person. This reading is very much for you. Okay, and if you're a Leo, Leo rising, Leo 4th, 7th, 10th house, Leo moon, sun, Mercury, Venus, specifically any Leo planets, and especially generational planets as well. Generational planets will be extremely important too. Okay? This is your reverse nodal return. Let's talk about the reverse nodal return first. Let's start there. Okay, so the nodes of the moon, as we know, are mathematical points. These are not real planets, okay? So it's basically taking your sun, moon, rising, finding the point of it, and that's where we get the nodes from, right? This is also midpoints. This is similar to midpoints in a way, okay? Because there's more planets and asteroids in the game. There's literally billions of stars, billions of bodies out there that we haven't discovered yet. So everyone has an inverse nodal return if you reach the age of 26, 27, 28. Specifically 27. The nodes take 18 months to go through a sign. So where were you 18 years ago today? This is why it's good to keep a journal. And I'm talking to myself here because I need to keep a journal. All right? Thank you so much. Vertex and Lilith, very important. Major asteroids in these signs, very important. I'm especially vertex. Vertex is, that means the nodes are going to go over your vertex and anti-vertex at the same time. Let's talk about the inverse nodal return. So when you're 27, basically, it's all math, guys, right? So the sun takes 12 years. The sun takes 30 years to go through one sign, okay? The moon takes 27 years to go through every single astrological sign in your chart. That is when an inverse nodal return occurs. That means if you were born a Gemini moon, 27 years later, the moon is back in its natal position. And then that year, you will have an inverse nodal return. An inverse nodal return is this. If you guys know South Node is where your gifts come from, meaning that in this lifetime, if you were born with a Leo, South Node, you're naturally funny. You're naturally charming. You naturally attract attention, whether you like it or not. That's not what I'm talking about. You naturally attract attention. These gifts are natural to you. You might even be a natural athlete, be good at music naturally, okay? Leo is very expressive. You might be a person who comes off very confident, a person who knows how to express themselves, okay? I'm doing a little Blantons, by the way. That's what it means when you come with the South Node. The South Node, look at your South Node and say, oh my God, me and people born within this time span have similar gifts, okay? But the South Node means that you got to let that shit go in this lifetime, and you got to lean more into the other energy if you want to get the results that you want to get in this lifetime. This does not mean to let go of the Leo energy. That's not what it says. It has to be a massaging of it. You have to rearrange the energy. So because you're coming into your nodal return, that means the moon, which spends 2.5 years in a sign in your chart, because the moon takes 2.5 days to travel through a sign when we're just talking about the moon moving, right? I think the moon is in Capricorn today. Hey, babe. So are you guys understanding what I'm saying? The moon moves every 2.5 days every month, right? The moon takes only 1 month to go through all 12 signs. The sun takes 12 months to go through all 12 signs. Jupiter takes 12 years to go through all 12 signs. The moon takes 27 years to go through all 12 signs. Guess which other planet? Walk with me here. Guess which other planet takes about 27, 28, 29 years to go through all the signs? There we go. It's Saturn. Babes, it's all a pattern. Astrology is merely a fucking pattern. If you really look at the numbers, that's why numerology is so important. If you look at the numbers, you say, oh, they keep repeating themselves. Like, why does it keep repeating itself? Saturn takes 2.5 years. Walk with me here. Saturn takes 2.5 years to go through a sign. The moon takes 2.5 years to go through a sign. The moon is the planet that belongs to Cancer. Saturn is the planet that belongs to who? Let's sip my drink while you type. Capricorn. Isn't that quite interesting? Isn't it interesting how the moon and Saturn and Capricorn specifically move in tandem? That's not interesting to you? It's not interesting, but by the time you have gone through emotional maturity and you have reached a level of completing an emotional cycle in your life, meaning you were born with a Gemini moon, you went through Cancer, Leo, Virgo, you went through every single moon sign so you can gather all those emotional tools. Gemini, how to communicate properly. Cancer, how to feel through things, right? Leo, how to say the thing. Virgo, how to discern the thing. Libra, how to negotiate the thing. Scorpio, how to dead the thing and rebirth the thing. Sagittarius, how to extract wisdom out of the thing. Are you following what I'm saying? They all work together. This is similar to understanding that Mercury is ruled by a feminine and a masculine. Venus is ruled by a feminine and a masculine. Saturn is ruled by a feminine and a masculine. Jupiter is ruled by a feminine and a masculine. Are you guys walking with me here? Are you understanding how there's a yin to the yang? And this is the reason why you will see people have all of these things inside of them. Chronos is Saturn, you're right. Because your Virgo brain is like very discerning and very like analytical. So the thing is, I want you to understand in your chart, number one thing, guys, as we're going through this transit, if you fucking with me, you should already know. If it's not written in your chart, it's not going to happen to you. Please write it down. Write it on, you know how you have a notebook and you write your name on the first sheet and you like, I want you to write really big. If it is not written in my chart, it will not happen to me. It can happen to your sister. It can happen to your brother. It can happen to a coworker. It can happen to a stranger. But right now, we are learning astrology because we want to know what happens to us personally. So please, Mama, hold on, my dog crying. Hold on. What? Come here. Come. Let me give you a treat. I don't know what they're doing. It has to be in your chart for it to be about you. How do you know if it's about you? Well, you'll know if it's about you if we are talking about your first house planet. Nice. Your first house planet, meaning your rising sign planet, rules your physical body. You have to have transits going over your first house, or you have to have transits that are aspecting your first house planet for you to go through the thing. All right? Hi, babes. I hope you understand that so it can reassure you. Because for some people this year, this transit might not do anything right now. It might not mean a thing unless you have a Taurus Mercury at the 28th degree. And when the nodes go to 27, 28, then you'll start feeling it. But does it mean you're going to go through it? No. So I don't need you to take on everybody else's story and put it on yours. I hope this disclaimer is clear. Let me know if it's clear, and then I can move on to the reading. And to also explain it to you guys, the inverse nodal return. So the inverse nodal return is basically like a fork in the road. That's what I want you to think about it as. So at every point in your life, a lot of points in your life, you could come up to a road. Are you going to go left, which you're used to? Or are you going to go right, where you need to go? The North Node is telling you where you need to put your time and energy if you want to get the results you want to get. You can use Placidus or you can use whole sign. Placidus is good because it helps with the psychological point of view. Placidus is great because it helps to show you physically what is actually going on with you and your body at the present moment. For instance, everyone's going to have some type of health challenge sometime in their life. Maybe you'll get a cold, a cough, blah, 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 blah. But you got to see a lot of things. Your first house planet and your sixth house planet. Are they doing well together? Because this constitutes your overall vitality and health. That's how you'll know. Yes, you could be a stellium in the sixth house, meaning health will be a major topic for you in this lifetime. Health, four-legged animals, pets, routine, being in order, things like that. However, if that stellium is trining your first house planet or sextiling your first house planet, then most likely you have good health. Okay? More times than not, you will overcome the health situation. Or you could be one of those cancer survivors. or a person who had an ailment when they were young and then they healed, and now wellness is a part of your life. I want you guys to understand that life is not a punishment. It's an opportunity for you to meet the best version of yourself. So once you learn astrology, you will stop seeing life as a punishment and you'll start seeing it as a tool so you can utilize it for your best chance in life. Now, everyone does not have a great chart. Some of us have really fucked up charts. I've run into y'all that have really fucked up charts. This is where moving will help, because astrocartography is very real. Moving, living in a place where Pluto is in your 4th house is not going to be fun. You're going to constantly be fighting with your family. There'll be constant battles over who's controlling what and who's controlling who. There'll be constant scandals, hidden motives, betrayal. It's just a lot of Scorpio things you don't want to deal with when you have Pluto in the 4th house and you live somewhere. I don't want you to think there's a perfect place to live, there's a perfect person to date, there's a perfect job to have. It's not. You're alive because you're here to meet the challenges. You're alive because you're here to do the battle. So once you know your battle, easier it'll be. If you're an air sign, your battle is going to be in communities and with social networks and with your words and your thoughts and the way you think. If you're a fire sign, your battle is going to be with executing a vision about purifying things, about burning old structures down just so there could be new space to renew. It's about turning nothing into something if you're a fire sign. If you're an earth sign, you're here to build something, and it's going to take you a long time to build it. But you are a builder. You're here to give us sustenance, to give us homes, architecture, physical things that we can utilize in this lifetime to enjoy our lives. If you're a water sign, you're here to help us navigate the emotional connectivity, the intuitive energy. You're here to help us navigate the unseen. So the more you follow your chart, regardless if you're a man, woman, gay, straight, I don't care what religion you're about, I don't care what economic system you come from, I don't care what background, educational level, blah, 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 blah. You cannot outdo your chart. Your chart will always redirect you to the gauntlet of your own personal life. The less you run away from the gauntlet, the faster you won't get to the other side. And that's why we learn astrology. So we know, okay, my inverse nodal return is going to come up when I'm 27. By the time I'm 27, 28, I've gathered a lot of emotional resources that I need to make myself more, thank you. My lip color is, yes, it is a metallic. It's Milani, one of the orange ones from Milani. I'll try to find it in my purse later. Well, I found it right now. Hold on. I didn't want to break from the conversation, but you asked, girl. I got it out of Walgreens. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, Prismatic Peach. Prismatic Peach from Milani. I think it was like $13. Look. Orange on a black girl will always go. So, that being said, let's break down some other things about your chart that you need to know. Okay. So, your inverse nodal return is literally a mini breakdown of your life. Like your life will propel you, okay? You like my forehead? Thank you so much. Your life will either propel you or it'll make you feel very delayed. Some of us start off in the race and we're already ahead of where we need to be, right? Some of us are a little faster than other people. Everybody did not come in this lifetime with the same tools. Some of us are already on level 5 because our elders already completed a lot of stuff, okay? So I'm like, I need you to understand that. Some of you are trying this out for the first time in this lifetime. Some of you guys are in the middle of getting it. Some of you guys are towards the end. So when your inverse nodal return comes, on my inverse nodal return, My inverse nodal return, baby. Let me tell you something. My God, today. Your inverse nodal return is a crossroad in your life. So the houses that it's in, those are the topics that are going to come up. So think of your south node like a vacuum, okay? Think of your south node like a vacuum. Think of the house and the placement of where it is. It's a vacuum. And the tube that it's coming from is where the planet is placed in your chart. So say you have south node in Leo, sun and the south node in Leo in the second house. That makes you Cancer rising. But you have a Virgo sun. That means that that second house and that third house are both going to be connected when it comes to a need to release, vacuum, or like clean up the area that we're talking about. So an inverse nodal return will kick you, it will propel you into your future. It can feel like a little mini Saturn return. It's like the precursor to Saturn return. This is why a lot of other astrologers will kind of say Saturn return can go up to from 27 to 33, because they're honestly including the inverse nodal return, which honestly starts around age 26. The way I want you to find it though is I want you to look up an ephemeris, which is an astrological calendar. Hold on, let me grab mine. You don't want to get this one. You want to get the red one. But this is an astrological calendar, okay? And it literally shows you the degrees of where everything is at. So what you can do, I recommend everybody have this. It's not this one. It is not this one. This ends at the year 2000. Do not get this one. You can get this one if you just want to look at your birthday. Get the red one, the one that's the red cover with white writing. That one is the next, okay, edition. So what you're going to do is you can look up in your book and you can look and say, okay, when is the south node? Well, it'll be under true node, which is fine. When is it going to be at 5 degrees Aquarius? Because that's where I have something. Then you literally look, this is how I do my readings. I'm literally telling you how I do this for you guys. When you pay me, this is what I do. I'm telling you right now. Now I could read it because, you know, I'm a good reader, but this is literally what I do. So I will look up here and I'll say, okay, I need you to write down May 2027, May 22nd, 2027 through June 5th, 2027. That's what I'm going to do. Why am I going to tell you to write that down? Because I see that that degree, that 5 degree is coming up, is going on it, and it's going over it. And that's how I'm able to help with predictions. Does this make sense? Please let me know. Let me know. Shit. By the way, y'all, check out my 12 p.m. studio shades. Those are fly. So good. Oh, your boyfriend's inverse nodal return just started today. Okay. The degree represents the energy. Also, if there's any asteroids that's next to that, any fixed stars that are next to it, and every zodiac is sliced up into 30 degrees, and every 10 degrees, the zodiac changes a little bit of energy. There's also a thing called the decan and the face of. Okay? So, super important. Inverse nodal return is you got to make a change. And you have to look at which house it's in. Now, your boyfriend is having his inverse nodal return. That means that the nodes are opposite, meaning he has north node in Leo and south node in Aquarius. So the north node in Aquarius is coming to the south node in Aquarius, and the south node in Leo is coming to the north node in Leo. All right? So that means that he's going to most likely have some type of community experience, because all Aquarius energy, it always means community. some kind of community fallout experience due to wherever it is. And each house represents a person, place, or thing topic that we're talking about. All right. What might you advise about Vesta conjunct natal north node? Vesta is burning your light. It's literally kind of where you get a lot of your spiritual energy from. It's not the lot of spirit. The lot of spirit is similar, but Vesta is known as the sacred flame. And if it's next to your north node in Leo, you're going to be seen on a big stage at some point. North node in Leo already says you have to put yourself out there. You got to leave friends behind. You got to stop worrying about what they think and start worrying about what you think. And it's going, you know what's so fucked up about this? Even as an astrologer, you're like, yeah, I can do it. But this should be so fucking hard, bitch. That's why you have to have astrology to remind your ass what the fuck to do. Because honestly, it's hard. It is hard stepping out of your comfort zone. It's hard stepping out of your personality that you created to survive and thrive in this world. When you're an Aquarius South Node, all you care about is your friends and community. That's all you care about. You're one of those very woke people. But the older you get, the more you're going to realize, oh, this community's fucked up. And I need to focus on what actually makes me happy. Okay? You have a North Node in Aquarius. So for you, babes, you have to focus more on what is going to work for all of us. How are you going to take your skills and how are you going to take the things that bring you joy and bring them to community? If you have a South Node in Leo, North Node in Aquarius, bring your happiness to a group of people. That is part of your life purpose. What is the happiness we're talking about? Well, that is where your Saturn and Sun are placed. Now, some people will get much easier to this place. Say, for instance, they have their Sun and their Saturn trine or conjunct. They're going to be forced to go to their node, okay? Pluto is in Aquarius, is conjunct your South Node in Aquarius right now. So Pluto conjunct the South Node is deep psychological change. There is an element, there's a level of detachment, babes, that you have reached that is going to be scary for some people around you, but it's going to be very necessary to propel you into the future. Okay, Pluto, Pluto transiting your South Node is you're starting to see group dynamics, cultural dynamics, how people think, how misinformation, you might be worried about like technology, AI, how it's controlling people. You could get very paranoid around this time. So I would be mindful about being around too many conspiracy theories. Pluto on the South Node can make you very fearful as well. But fortunately and unfortunately, I think you're really going to discover deep down, especially after Pluto has transited your South Node, maybe give it like 5 more degrees, who's really on your side for real. You know, and the reason why I want to talk about this Aquarius transit is because unfortunately with Pluto there and Jupiter there, there's been a lot of weird relationships in friend groups. Okay? A lot of weird relationships in friend groups. People are dying in friend groups. There's a lot of jealousy. Pluto is control, dynamics, and tactics. So Pluto in the South Node in Aquarius might make you more aware of how those Plutonian aspects show up in your own group dynamic. I don't know which house it's in. If it's in your 3rd house, this deals with a sibling. If it's in your 4th house, this deals with the family. If it's in the 10th house, it deals with the community at work. If it's in the 11th house, it literally deals with your networks and friends, okay? If it's in your 12th house has to do with self-sabotage, isolation. It has to deal with where we come to be undone. Pluto in the 12th house, when it's transiting there, that's a long transit. I would highly, Mama, I'm on live. I'm not taking you nowhere, girl. Mama Vincent. So Pluto there, you would look to your Scorpio house. That's what's happening, right? So your Scorpio house is the house that is getting obliterated. Okay? So you're saying 8th house is going into the 12th house. So that's how you read a chart, guys, okay? Which house is going into where to do what? Think of it like, hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, my dog is stressing me out. Hold on. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? You got a potty? What do you need? So this is how you basically read the chart. Number one, is it written in my chart? That's number one. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I'm on live, but my dog, I think, needs to pee. If you guys are not, I'm literally gonna step outside with my dog real quick. Give me less than 2 minutes. I'm sorry, grab a snack. She's barking at me, and now I gotta take her outside. Mama, we're going potty right outside of the front door. I wonder if you guys will still be able to hear me if I walk outside. Let me know how much you guys can hear me. Hold on. Hold on a second. I know. Give me a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I gotta take care of these dogs. Go potty. Good girls. Good job. Better? Good girls. This way. Come. Come on. All right, let's see. Excuse me. Stay. All right. My bad, y'all. Okay. Sorry. They are literally like children. That's why I decided not to have any of my own, girl. Okay, so I feel more Scorpio dominant as a rising sign. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You can hear me? That's crazy. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I posted a video the other day, and because I have to get back on my astrology videos so you guys can see my content. Guys, my website is astrologywithnovi.com, and I'm actually going to change my openings and change some of my price points. So give me a little bit of time, but yeah, you can check it. You can just have that to hold. So I was always like, my whole life, people say, oh, you're a Scorpio. You're not like no Scorpio. I know. Because, okay, yes, I did do a TikTok live, but they be asking me so many questions about my other career over there. I'm just like, that's not my audience. I think my astrology audience is over here. Okay. I absolutely want to look at David's chart. Like I want to look at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, this fucking psycho. I already looked up her chart. She's a fucking Virgo, guys. She's a Virgo. She's a Virgo. And I'm a touch and go with some of y'all Virgos, okay? Yes, my website for my body products is Bune Noir. It's BUHNE noir.com. Oh, matter of fact, let me pull this motherfucker's chart up. Let me pull this crazy lady's chart up. That's what we're gonna do first. Cause she's crazy. She gets on my nerves. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people be getting on your the people who be getting on your under your skin and on your nerves, you guys have synastry. You guys have synastry, okay? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, girl, is this crazy lady, crazy black lady, going all up and down the black community talking about she's a doctor. But she can't show us she can't show us nothing. She can't show us a degree, not nan. And she be coming online trolling, this lady. Virgos are very hard to love. I'm sorry. My daddy a Virgo. Oh my God. Virgos get on my nerves. This lady right here, September 6th, 1982. I think Amanda has Mars in Cancer, guys. And she has other Cancer placements. I said she needs to be a professor. I said Amanda Seales needs to be a professor. She needs to put all of that knowledge and that wisdom and that energy into mentorship, professors, writing, dissertations. The entertainment industry is not going to care about any of that stuff. This is what I mean about putting your energy in the wrong places. You need to know which environments your energies are going to be well received in. But let me look up this crazy lady's birthday chart. I'm gonna have to find her rising sign, but she's giving me Aquarius rising because she be talking a lot. You know, people who talk a lot off rip usually have heavy air or mercurial placements, or they have like even an IC or a North Node in Virgo, stuff like that. I have my IC in Virgo, so I could talk about Virgo energy. My man's a Virgo rising. Like I have a lot of Virgo rising best friends, but Virgo personal placements. That's different. Okay, so let me look her up. September 6, 1982. Okay. The reason why Virgos hate to be wrong, child. They hate to be wrong. It's like this lady is insane, but guys, she's a fucking Aries moon. She's an Aries. This is why she be all up on a nigga's ass. That's why she be so male identified, like be trying to be up under these niggas. Like, why are you always up under a man? Why do you give a fuck about teaching a man? You're a woman. You are a female. You are a woman. You need to therapize women. You need to therapize women. Like, women need more women. Okay, so here's the chart, guys. Here's a chart. Let me just hold it up as I drink my drink. Let me see what y'all see. Babes, wait. Wait. Virgos have superiority complex. Exactly. And then mix a Virgo with Aries energy. Guys, there's certain combinations that just you have to work really hard to be balanced. But Virgo and Aries do not, that's an inconjunct. An inconjunct, it's called an inconjunct or a quincunx. It's about 150 degrees apart. It is very irritating, that energy. It is very, very irritating. All right? Babes, she's an Aries moon, Virgo sun. That's Mars and Mercury together. That's why she's so combative, right? And this is another thing. So if you just look at your sun sign, this is what I was saying before. People are like, oh, you're a Scorpio, da, da, da. My Mars is in Aquarius. That's why I don't come off like other Scorpios type shit. That's why I don't come off like them. That's why I'm much more talkative. I'm much more open. I'm much more open-minded. I'm much more Aquarian in my nature. I'm much more of a rebel at heart. You know, I will talk my shit. Like, and I will cut your ass off. But I'm also cool as fuck because Aquarius is a cool energy. It's an air sign. So I got water and I got air. Okay, let's read the fuck out of her because and we're all astrologically problematic, guys. All of us are. I'm just roasting her because she gets on my nerves. And I know why she gets on my nerves because her moon is on my fucking north node. That's why she gets on my nerves. Okay? That's why she gets on my nerves. Her moon is on my north node. So let's turn it around so you guys can see it. I have told you guys, north node, anybody with signs, anybody with planets on your north node are going to inspire you or fucking irritate the fuck out of you. Okay? Because it's an energy you haven't practiced yet. I have not practiced that level of selfishness that this woman has. Okay? But the moon stayed in Aries that day. I looked, I moved the time around and stayed in Aries all day long. Let's see what else we see. Let's start with our south node placement because it's going to tell us a lot. Babes, I don't... Hey, have you ever met a Capricorn Lilith? I've met a Capricorn Lilith woman and she's a piece of fucking work. That bitch is crazy. This lady's name is Dr. Cheyenne Bryan. She has a South Node in Capricorn conjunct Lilith. I don't think you guys are understanding this right. Do you see how, this is why I be trying to teach y'all, you guys can simply see stuff just by going to one or two aspects in the chart. It can give you so much. So I want to talk to her grandma. I need to talk to her grandma. Grandma to the front. Grandma Bryant, come to the front. Okay? Grandma Bryant, come to the front. Because where are the elders at? Anytime you have Capricorn in your chart, you were raised by a grandparent or an older person. Anybody who has Capricorn or Saturn on their personal planet, Sun, Moon, Venus, grandma, grandpa, elders were around. Elders raised you. Now let's zoom out. We know she's a Lilith character, meaning she has to step away from being Lilith in this lifetime. She got to stop being like this. She has to actually stop. Capricorn people are so worried about money. They're opportunists, okay? Also, if you have a Capricorn South Node, you go to the top very fast in your young life. It's not like reverse. The reverse, you have to work harder to get to the top. Your South Node is a blessing and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. This motherfucker is a Lilith, okay? For me, it does. If your Lilith is this close to your South Node, absolutely. Absolutely. It's only 2 degrees apart. This is, because what did she say? Oh, if y'all can do all this and da-da-da-da. Capricorns can be cold-blooded, cold-hearted. And you could say that, right? You as a Capricorn South Node, you were raised very fast to grow up very fast, right? With a lot of responsibilities. You guys are very ambitious, maybe overly ambitious. You guys can suffer from burnout. These people can become alcoholics, pill poppers. These people want to get to the top by any means necessary, but their career will never become what they think it's supposed to become. You will still have a career with South Node and Capricorn. I don't want you to think you won't have a career. You will. It won't be in the way you expect it to be. Let's zoom out. Let's find Saturn, because Saturn is her South Node planet. Guys. Do you know that her North Node, her South Node is square Venus, Mercury? So what she says gets in her way. When you have Mercury square your nodes, What you say and the messages and your contracts will be the thing that get in your way. This is the type of person that writes the wrong email, sends the text to the wrong person, puts out a post to the internet, and they lose everything. You can't just say what you want when you have Mercury squaring your nose. You can't. You can't just say or write whatever you want. Honestly, if you have Mercury squaring your nose, I'd be very careful about my online presence. I'd be very mindful. Because Mercury is what you say. It's what's put in writing. And if you have Mercury squaring it, and it's 10 degrees apart. But Saturn is conjunct Pluto. So she has 2 generational planets that come from her south node. Exactly. That's why she posted that video wearing the wrong color regalia. That's why everybody's trying to clock her business. That's why everybody's looking for her degrees. You can't lie. Mercury is Hermes. Hermes is the messenger god. Do you know that Mercury is the only planet that can travel to Hades and back? Did you know that Hermes, Mercury, the planet Mercury, is the one that can travel dead souls? That's what Mercury does. Mercury travels your dead soul to the underworld and is the only god that can literally come out of the underworld unscathed. Hermes is the son of Zeus. Zeus's daughter Persephone was kidnapped by Hades. Hades runs the underworld. Hades, aka Pluto. This is why half of the year there's winter and coldness, and the other half of the year there's spring and summer. Because when Persephone is brought above to the earth, that's when we have spring and summer. And when she's in the underworld, that's when we're experiencing the autumn equinox. However, Mercury is the only planet that can travel with Pluto, Saturn. It's a neutral planet. That's why it enhances whatever energy it is next to. Mercury is the only, I don't think you guys understand Mercury being the only planet that can travel to hell and back and not get scathed and not get taken and not get hurt. Hermes was the only god that was able to do that. All right? She was getting away with it for years. I'm trying to remember how she got caught, but that's because they was let her rock. Exactly. Because what? She can talk a good game. Libra placements, babes. That's another air. Anybody with air placements know how to talk, babes. They're witty. They're charming. They can like wrap you up in a word. That's not hard for them. That's not hard for an air sign. And what does Libra represent? What does Libra represent? Somebody wait. This is y'all class, matter of fact. What does Libra represent? The scales. What else? What does it represent? Partnerships, relationships, also judgment, justice, right? Her business, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, crazy lady. Her business is Libra. That's where she makes all her money from, right? So boom. So we already know she's a south node with Lilith, meaning she comes from a very ruthless business mindset, like really does not care at all. Her south node energy also gives Libra energy. This is why she cares how she looks so much. This is why she's always in a bikini and talks about how pretty she is and like just very superficial behavior. Very superficial behavior, but we don't know if she's ever been married before. She's talking about relationships, never been married. Okay, cool. Got you, girl. So boom. The North Node is in Cancer. Interesting. The North Node is in Cancer. Does she want to be a mother? Does she want to be a housewife? Is that why she's giving out all this advice? You know? Is she trying to tap into her Cancer energy, her womb, her nurturing, her softness? People with North Node and Cancer have to learn how to be softer in this lifetime. Emotionally available, right? Yes, there's Scorpio placements. First, we're following the nodes. Where's the moon at? Aries. So, do you guys just not peep this opposition right here, guys? Her nodes, the planets that rule her nodes are in a natal opposition. You know who she remind me of? What's that lady who's patting her pussy real hard? Ocho Cinco's ex-wife, Evelyn, this lady. She remind me of her. That's why she projects. Exactly. She wants to do that, but guess what? She don't got no Cancer energy, and she clearly must not have no Cancer friends because nobody's leading her to the Cancer energy. She only has Scorpio placements, which have to deal with control. Aries moon in a Libra degree, right? So let's keep, because this is called, what is this called? Final dispositor. You're basically following the planet and the ruling planet back to where it goes to see where all that energy is harnessing and where it's ricocheting into. So we know that, first of all, she has Chiron in Taurus. She's about to go through her Chiron return. That's going to be sad. If she doesn't stop lying, her money's going to get really fucked up. Okay? You have to be softer, babe. Honestly, if you're a Cancer North Node, this sounds crazy, but the more you cry, the better your life will actually be. The more you actually let yourself feel your emotions, you don't have to do nothing about it. You could scream, you could yell. The more you let yourself emotionally become unraveled without doing anything heavily consequential, the better your life will be. The way better your life. You need to get you some Cancer friends. Like me. I'm a Cancer rising girl. Let me get a little straw, matter of fact. So, if you're a Gemini North Node, you would look to Mercury. Her mom was mean. She learned that from her mom with that Aries moon. Her mom was probably very selfish, probably was man crazy, which we cannot. I do want to preface it by saying this. Young ladies, women, we have the autonomy and we have the room and the freedom to realize how shitty a lot of men can be. Our elders did not have that. Women could not legally vote until 1970, I think it was 4. Women being free, like us, talking and gathering this information and all this other stuff, this is new, y'all. This is so new. We're the first and second generation. You know what I'm saying? We're the first and second generation to go through this. So our elders have been going through grape, molestation, PDF situations, being impregnated by men who are 4 times older than them, having babies back to back to back to back to back to back to back. The grace that I want us to allow to have as we're roasting is realizing that, especially as people of color living in this damn country, that literally, like, this is a blessing where we're at. The fact that you and I can sit here and talk and have an option not to live this life. Like, you and I have the option not to live this life. That's what's so powerful about this moment right now, you know? And with North Node and Aquarius, our future is very bright. It's very bright. So I just want to say that and preface that, but let's continue the roasting because she needs to get roasted. This lady, see, Mars and Scorpio placements are very interesting to me. I would love to, thousands and thousands of years of trauma, like literally thousands. So I'm trying to give all the grace. Yes, exactly. Cancers can manifest when they cry. Thank you. Taking a bath, being in water. If you use your North Node energy, you can manifest in that energy with that element. Yes, so any North Node in water, be around water, work with water. Any North Node in fire, work with fire. I promise you guys. Okay, can I talk about me real quick? Because sometimes I try to give you guys examples in my own chart, okay? I'm a North Node in Aries. Aries rules the head and the face, okay? This head and face and this area, right? Before I met my esthetician, Jacqueline, she's the best. She does Jordan Woods, okay? Like you see Jordan Woods' face. Her face is immaculate. She does JT. JT, JT is that girl. JT is that girl. She's that girl. Love me some JT in fashion. Like she really be going, but she got some of the best people. But my esthetician is a Gemini. She's a Cancer rising with Gemini. When I went to her, she was like, "Oh, I can't do you." I said, "Why not?" She said, "Because there's energy on you. I have to send you to somebody." So she sent me to one of her spiritual ladies who takes away whatever energy. She worked with fire, y'all. Wind and fire. So if your North Node is in the air sign, working with wind, windows, humidifiers, things like that is going to help you. But she was doing those things and like burning off me. And the lady basically told me like, it wasn't you, it was other energy around you. But after that, a lot of things started happening, okay? North Node in Scorpio. Well, let's go over the signs real quick then. I'll start with Scorpio. North Node in Scorpio, you need to be in therapy. Therapy, occult studies, just like you're doing with this right here. This is what's going to lead you into your future. Learning about astrology, learning about metaphysics, learning about archaeology, learning about just alchemy, chemistry, all of that stuff. All right? You need to dive into the places that are uncomfortable. That's Scorpio. So therapies are going to be very, very, yes, I believe in all kinds. I'm still working on which astrological thing, sidereal, Vedic, like I'm still working on that because I have yet a Vedic astrologer to actually tell me about myself. And I've gotten several readings and barely none of them have been right. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for somebody to actually tell me something. But every tropical reading I've gotten, they said shit about my stepmama I don't even talk about. So, okay, but Scorpio, you have to manifest. You can also manifest through sex, masturbation as well. But you need to also be able to surrender. And you know what I mean. So we don't have to keep talking about that. Sagittarius, you need to take a trip, study a new philosophy, go for a bigger degree. It really depends, but you have to zoom out with Sagittarius. You got to work with fire. The sun, working with fire, having fire in your home, candles, fireplace, having a big window, stuff like that. Visualizing is very, very good for Sagittarius. Capricorn, you need to have something in your house you can build. A Lego set. Maybe you're building a dollhouse for your niece. Something that you've been working on building at home. It doesn't have to do anything with your job, but you physically have to get good at something. Construction, you build arcade games, you make glass. You have to build something that you start and you keep coming back to and putting on top of it. That's why I said Leo. Legos. Okay? Yes, the house placement is extremely important. The house placement is the most important. I'm just giving you the energy that you have to utilize. Capricorn means you have to build something. If it's in your 6th house, that means you have to build a routine and stick to it. You see what I'm saying? If it's the 12th house, you have to be more disciplined around your spiritual life. You see, you have to build towards it. Aquarius, you have to do something for the group or the community. Pisces, very complicated, but you just got to kind of let God do most of the steering. Aries, you have to just be brave. You have to be brave. You have to be fearless. Fearlessness is going to get you way faster in life than being nice and pleasant. Okay, stop worrying about what other people think. I have South Node in Libra. I have held myself back from propelling in life really fast because of some of the relationships I'm in. You can have a tendency to hold yourself back. You have to keep moving forward with this placement. Taurus, you have to understand value, and especially time management. Okay, time management is really important. But Taurus is about getting resources, collecting things that mean something to you of value. If it's in the 4th house, it'll be land and property. If it's in the 5th house, it might be games, entertainment, fun. Do you see what I'm saying? If it's in the 7th house, it might be a partnership, right? Time management with the ADHD child. You know, you got to parent your child according to their rising and their moon sign. That's how you parent their child. That's how you parent your child. Okay? If they have a rising sign that's air, you have to communicate with them. Writing, talking, texting, reading. You guys share books together. You guys have text messages together, memes. This is how you do it. The moon, say you have a rising in air and the moon in an air sign. Journal. A journal is going to help your child immensely. Or them taping themselves, saying their thoughts on tapes or videos and putting them in a vault. Okay? You have to raise your child according to their chart, not your shit. You might be a Scorpio moon with a Sag moon child. They're not going to deal with anger the same way you're going to. They're going to want to run around the house and scream. If you have a Sagittarius child, you need to have a room where they can run and jump and all this other stuff. But if you have a bunch of Virgo placements, you don't like messiness. You don't like untidiness. You don't like your house being a playground. Well, guess what? You got to do something because you have a child with Sagittarius placements. So you need to create a room or a space where they can just be messy and crazy and creative and fiery. You understand what I'm saying? So if you really want to enjoy your child, they will absolutely have an aspect that's in your chart that relates to your chart, that relates to their chart. Me and my mom, Sag moon, Scorpio moon, yeah. A Scorpio moon is going to want to cry. A Sag moon going to want to get on an airplane. I got to get out of here. We could cry on the plane, matter of fact. We going to cry on this plane. How about that? Like, a moon and an air sign or a fire sign, they have to move. They got to move around. They're not sulking. They're not sulking like you. Moon and earth, moon and water. They're not sulking like you. Moon and air and fire, that kid is, they want to punch something. They want to break something. They want to shout. They want to scream. And here you do with your black parent shit, talking about be quiet, go sit in your room. Do you know you're working against yourself? You know you're making it harder for you in the future if you don't parent your child. Oh, let's put her to the side. Let's talk about parenting. This is why I don't have kids, but I am a stepmother. I feel like I do have some things that I can say about this. I'm a Cancer rising after all, okay? I've been raising my stepdaughter for the past 7 years. I've known her since she was 3. She is 10 years old now. So here's what I could say about parenting. You need to raise your child according to their chart. Let me tell you something about my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter is a Pisces sun and an Aries moon. She has her own room in our home. She needs alone time. This is why in the morning when the 3 of us get up, we might all be in different places in the house and everybody's quiet for the first 15 or 20 minutes because we're enjoying our own energy. This little girl loves sitting in her room by herself. But when she's with her mama, she's always with her cousins. Exactly. Pisces need space. My mom naps. My mom is a Pisces. This lady naps like it's her job. If you are a Capricorn or a 10th house stellium and you've produced a child with 12th house placements or a lot of Neptune energy, you're going to literally drive yourself insane. Because you're going to try to make your child show up in the world the way that you show up, and it's going to go against what you need to be building that's going to sustain both of you. Because a Capricorn stellium and a Pisces stellium can work extremely well together if they allow each other the space to do that. Yes, as a 12th house stellium, you niggas sleep a lot. Y'all sleep a lot, nigga. My man has Jupiter in the 12th. In Placidus, Malcolm has Jupiter in the 12th. One of the luckiest placements, by the way. It's a great placement. You get blessed out of nowhere. Like, it's literally, he knows him and Sky Daddy are like, this man, he'd be looking at me like, you need to take a nap. He just told me right now, him and Zuri at our friend's house, he's like, come with me. I said, no, I'm gonna go on live. I gotta do my astrology thing. He's like, you need to take a nap. You need to take a nap. That's what you need to do. Go to sleep. I said, no. He's like, you've been out already today. I said, no, I'm not going to sleep. Anybody with 12th house placements or with their 12th house planet in their first house, or, you know what I'm saying, or their 12th house planet conjunct their sun, you're going to be a napper. You get your best downloads from sleeping. So guess who needs to understand that? Your mate has to understand that, your parents, your job, and your lifestyle. So do you think you're the type of person who could potentially work 80 hours a week? Maybe that's not your ministry. Because the 12th house is humanitarian work, philanthropic work. You guys are, thank you. You guys can literally get donations and make money that way. You guys can also make money in foreign affairs, in investments, because the 12th house is trining the 8th house and the 4th house. This is why a lot of 12th house people can deal in foreign lands and property. Literally, you guys will end up making money while you're sleeping if you work your chart. If you work your chart, you will make money as you sleep. I have Jupiter in Pisces. Pisces is about residual income. If you have Pisces on your 8th or your 2nd house, you have to find a stream of income that is residual, that you're literally making money as you sleep, even if it's $10, $5, YouTube videos. YouTube videos make money while you sleep. Meditation videos, art, creating some kind of technology, creating an app, becoming the fronter of a business, becoming an investor. You hear what I'm saying? That's 12th house. How do I know I'm a 12th houser? Well, guess what? My 12th house placement is damn near conjunct my sun. It's damn near conjunct my sun. I'm not meant to labor my whole life. I'm not meant to spend my entire life working. Yes, your daughter's a Pisces moon. I let her sleep. Get her a dream journal. And then she should have a cute little routine for like before sleep and after sleep, maybe like a nap, or she has some tea when she wakes up, or she does like some type of meditation or prayer or mantra before she goes to sleep or she wakes up. Do you see what I'm saying? You have the part of fortune in the 12th house. That's very good. The part of fortune is where you can make money, by the way. I know if I opened up my astrology books, I'd be so rich. I'd be so rich. Okay, so Jupiter and Scorpio. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter expands everything. Hey, stop. You guys are being so disruptive today. Jupiter expands whatever it touches, for better or for worse. So Jupiter in Scorpio, because I think we were talking, right? And she has Jupiter in Scorpio too. Jupiter in Scorpio is such an interesting placement because you guys always go through mixed blessings. No, we ain't done roasting Cheyenne. Jupiter in Scorpio always has mixed blessings. This is the same with Jupiter in the 8th house, but specifically in Scorpio, your blessings come through your rebirth. Your blessings come through when you let some shit actually finally die and you're letting something else grow. That is where your blessings come from. It's also very unfortunate, but Jupiter, you are the type of people, some of you guys, that when you experience betrayal, you can glow up, actually. Jupiter and Scorpio are the type of people, if they get cheated on, oh, baby. Yo, if you cheat on a Jupiter and Scorpio, bitch, you thought they were bad when you met them? Then, see, and the crazy part is too, you're gonna cheat on them, and Scorpios do two things. The older we get, because remember, Scorpios become Sagittarius, so we learn how to ghost. You know what I'm saying? We learn how to let that shit go and let it burn. Get the fuck out of here. Let it go. But let me tell you something. Nan, have you seen me look worse? You've never. Let me tell you something about being a Scorpio. Real quick, I just want to talk on behalf of Scorpios for 1 second, because everybody always want to talk about Scorpios. Ooh, we're the most Googled. I just want you to know Scorpio is the most Googled sign on the internet. I just want to let you know. The fucked up part and the blessing is for Scorpio, every time that you fuck us over, the blessing comes out of Mars. So Jupiter comes out of the blessing out of whichever planet that sign rules. So if Jupiter is ruling the sign of Mars, your blessings come from doing Martian things. What are some Martian things what are Martian things? Go ahead, write it down. You see this body oil, babes? You see my beauty oil? Do you see my body? See my body oil? Yo. Scorpios, Jupiter and Scorpio, babe. Thank you, boo. You have to master alchemy. That's our gift. We reincarnated with, so the bounce back is always great. Let me tell you something. Baby, you do not want to get in the way of somebody with Scorpio in the 10th house. You don't. If you are a boss and you take advantage of somebody with Scorpio in the 10th house or Pluto or Mars in the 10th house, your business will fail. Your business will fail. Your business will burn down. If you do bad to a Scorpio, thank you guys. Thank you. If you do bad to a Scorpio who is well adjusted, your life will literally burn down to the ground. Because you don't what you need to understand about astrology is you don't meet people until you have to do that challenge. Okay? So if you're meeting a Gemini, that means you have to speak up. You have to learn how to listen. You have to learn how to hear and talk. There's something that you're not communicating. If you're meeting a Sagittarius, you have to learn a bigger lesson. If you're meeting a Capricorn, you need to put some ambition and work in. If you meet an Aquarius, you got to start thinking about your future. If you meet a Cancer, you got to think about your feelings. Like, this is literally what happens. I need you to start looking at people as balls of energy that essentially challenge, propel, or delay you from getting to the next level of your life. Is this making sense? Okay? So, let me go through every sign real quick. Jupiter and Aries, the bolder you are, the better. Jupiter and Taurus, the better you learn, the more you learn about money and time management, the better you're gonna come off. Let me tell you, if you're the type of person who learns about banks, money, mortgages, IPs, Roth IRAs, this, that, if you understand about just money, resources, like how to get resources, whatever the resource is. The second house is money, but it's a resource. Like, just learning something about that resource, whether it's food, agriculture, whether it's landscaping, whether it's construction, it doesn't matter. The more you learn about that thing, the better. Jupiter and Gemini, writing, talking, teaching, speaking. You need to share your ideas. Jupiter in Cancer. The more you are in tune with your emotional compass, the more you listen to that gut, the more blessed you will be. Jupiter in Leo. You have to step out on the stage and you got to not be scared to be seen. Okay? Jupiter in Virgo. You got to take the long road. You got to build it brick by brick. You have to be the smartest in your field when you have Jupiter in Virgo. You have to be one of the most intellectual people in your field. You have to become like a technician. Okay, no matter what position you have. Jupiter in Libra, you have to master the art of negotiating in relationships. These make great judges, great counselors. Okay, things like that. Great negotiators, art dealers. Jupiter in Scorpio, as we said, you're blessed through understanding the occult knowledge, things behind the scenes, understanding metaphysics, alchemy, chemistry, understanding the unseen world in whatever way that might mean. Jupiter in Sag, the more you understand about different cultures, the better for you. Even learning different languages. Same with Jupiter in Gemini. Learning different languages would be a fucking game changer. It would change your whole life. Imagine you have Jupiter in Sagittarius in the 3rd house, which is not a great place for it to be, but you learn sign language. Oh, you gonna be, you know how that one dude be on the thing and he be doing sign language and motherfuckers be at the club and he be like popping his shit and just having a great time. Like, that's kind of Jupiter and Sag. Jupiter and Sag can talk to anybody in the world. Okay? Anybody. Jupiter and Capricorn. Slow and steady wins the race. Your blessings are not going to come until after your Saturn returns, so you need to relax. You need to learn how to manage your energy, build, and understand you're going to be the one who's last in your group, but your shit is going to last in the group. Okay? Jupiter in Aquarius. You got to use the internet. You got to use AI potentially. You got to use automation. The more you automate your life, the more you use technology, the more blessed you'll become. And Jupiter in Pisces, babes, prayer, mantras, music, singing, alone time, solitude, oceans, spending time in silence is where most of your downloads are going to come. Okay? Hope that helped. Let me take a little break. What the fuck is this? You son of a bitch. Let's see what questions you guys are going to ask me. I know, use AI, I know. If you might be very analog, boo. Okay, so if you have Jupiter, Aquarius, 5th house, your blessing is going to come through creating a fun event, like taking your own personal hobby, something that you did when you were younger, because you've done this already. That's another thing about this chart. You've done this thing that we're talking about already. All I'm doing is redirecting you to the energy. So when you were a child, you must have gathered people together to do something fun. I don't know if you were the person to do dodgeball, volleyball, if you're the person to get elders together and start like a 50+ dodgeball situation, or you're doing something that the weirdos think is fun and you're bringing people together using technology. So you could use an app for this. You can make an app. You can make like a video game. You can make like Words with Friends is very Jupiter, Aquarius, 5th house. That is very Jupiter, Aquarius, 5th house. Words with Friends. Sim City. Is there a way that people can play video games together? Okay. Okay, let's talk about this. How does the Jupiter energy blend with your natal Jupiter placement? Okay. First of all, first things first, where is Jupiter in your chart? Does it like being in that sign? Jupiter does not like being in Virgo. It does not like being in Gemini. So understand, yes, if you can have a detriment planet. By the way, guys, everybody has a detrimented planet. Everybody got a fucked up planet. Everybody on this earth has a fucked up planet. Everybody got a retrograde or some kind of retrograde. Everybody has a square. Everybody got a challenge, or else you wouldn't be alive, okay? Jupiter in your own chart, is it square anything? Is it opposing anything? That's how you deal with Jupiter in your own life. If you have Jupiter in Cancer, for instance, somebody said Jupiter, Cancer, 10th house, that's your auntie. Okay, I want you to think about Jupiter and Cancer, big money. Who's the biggest in your family? Who is the woman in your family who has the most blessings in their career? That's who you want to speak with. That's who you want to put your time and energy into. You also want to create something for women, because Cancer in the midheaven denotes that you're going to work with women anyway. But specifically, you get blessed in your status through women. That's how you get blessed. This light is pretty good because it's dark in here. This light is pretty good. Okay? Chiron with Jupiter means that you're a healer. You have to take the healing path. So whatever the pain point is in that ecosphere or that space we're talking about, what is going to help heal that wound? Thanks, boo. I appreciate y'all giving me all these compliments. Y'all going off on me today. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take the compliments. I'll take it. I appreciate that. Because I'm using my own product, Pinot Noir. Wait, let me just show you real quick, y'all. Let me take my rings off. So this is what I was doing with the Aries transiting my 10th house. Check this out. Do you see? Do you see? Yeah, do you? Babe? Do you? Hold on. And it smells good too. It smells good too. So it's vitamin E, jojoba, mica, which is nature's glitter. But that's essentially all that's in here. Look at that. Look at that. I just had to show y'all real quick. Little commercial break. So this is one side. Look. That's the other side. Look at that. One side. Do you see it? The other side. Ah! And guess what, y'all? It's $50. It's $50. And it's vegan. It's organic. It's luxury. Hello. I gotta get my other side because I'm a Libra South node. I gotta get my other side. But you gotta shake it when you get it, okay? You gotta shake it up real hard. And it smells so good, y'all. So the notes in it: tonka, sandalwood, vanilla, patchouli, orange blossoms, blood orange, violets, jasmine. So look at that. Babe. I'm gonna come out with a brush. I got a body wash coming out soon. It's gonna smell like this too. I'm really excited about this because this is Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter gives you blessings, right? Pisces, what is Pisces? Yes, my Venetian business, and I'm a Taurus moon, so you know I had to make it natural. It's called BunnoNoir.com. Let me pull it up for you. So this is the screenshot. Screenshot it. So Pisces deals with liquids. Pisces, so girl, you know this shit smells good. You know this shit's up your alley. But this is the Act 1 scent profile. So if you don't like the notes that I just said, just wait for Act 2, because Act 2 will have a different scent profile. So Act 1 is the one that I just told you about. I have it as a body or a fragrance, or you can get both. $50, $150 or $180, free shipping, $100 or more, US only. Because, I still got to give y'all a deal. Like, I can't do too much. Yes, every bestie, exactly. Like, we blend good with a Taurus. You see how I'm doing with the performance stuff? Do you see how my chart is coming alive? And it has to deal with transformation, right? Like, I'm just trying to get you guys to see how the chart manifests into real life. Okay, I have a South node in Placidus. It's in the 4th house. In Placidus, it's in the 5th house. In whole sign, it's in the 4th house. Okay? Would your Jupiter and Aquarius in the 5th house examples apply to North node? Yes, absolutely, babes. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's so fun when you actually work with your chart. I was going to say about Jupiter, Pisces deals with liquids. It deals with perfumes, waters, fish. So I could have done any of those businesses and it's going to work out for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a Taurus moon. My moon and my Jupiter are literally sextile by 1 degree. What did I tell y'all about sextiles? What did I tell y'all about? If you've known me for a long time, you should know what I say about sextiles. Sextiles are exactly what they sound like, sex. Sex is good. We love sex over here. Sextiles make you money. So you work with the energy coming together. My moon is in the 11th house of community. Taurus. Taurus deals with natural items, natural things. Natural. Even my makeup, that's why my makeup like this is a natural soft glam beat. It's sextiling my Jupiter in Pisces in the 9th house. So what does that mean? I'm going to be internationally known. That's true. I travel a lot internationally. That's true. I can make money working in groups of people. That's true. I can make money doing Taurus and Pisces things. Pisces deals with healing. Taurus deals with resources. I told you guys, resources. Your moon is sextile. Yeah, if you got a planet sextiling another planet and you're not using it, babes, come here. Come into my office immediately. Come sit down. You're not using your sextile. It's crazy. Now, the thing about my business is it's sold out of the body oil the first week, but I haven't even really promoted it like that. Okay? I'm opening up these books. I am opening these books. I need you to use the sextile. That means the 2 houses that your sextile planets. Okay, I got to give you my example. Give me a second before you guys start writing too much stuff because y'all be distracting me. I want to answer all of y'all because I want you guys to feel taken care of. Okay. Let me tell you about my chart. I'm gonna do a whole sign right now. The moon is my chart ruler. I'm a Cancer rising. So the moon is in the 11th house. What does that mean? Oh, Novi, a lot of your life is gonna deal with being outside. That's an outside chart. That's a person who's on the move, knows a lot of people. A lot of people know her. She's very popular, okay? The moon, though, is privately popular. The sun is a different conversation. The sun is like everyone knows you. Yes, just wait to the end. Give me 3 minutes to say this. The moon is me. Jupiter is ruling over my 6th house of wellness and my 9th house of international wisdom, international studies, things of that nature. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? If I, Novi, am your client, and I said, hey, how can I make some money? You would say, oh, well, if you did something that's personal to you, that has to do with something with your routine or health or wellness, that would do well in the community. I hope you clocked what I just said. I hope it resonated because in my mind it makes sense, but I don't know if it makes sense to you. But what I'm saying is I took the rulers of my sextile and I put them together and I created something. So if your moon is sextile in Jupiter, that's 3 houses that you need to put together and create a story. Okay? Moon is ruling my first house of personal things. This is why I can create something personally and people will buy it off of me. Something I like. If we're talking about the first house, it's always what you like. The 6th house has to deal with health. I know I could probably open a gym. Like if I did a transformation and I lost 30 pounds and I got abs or something crazy like that and I opened a gym, people would believe me. They would join my workout program, all of that stuff. I can also do a travel group. And I can do a book club. I hope all this is resonating. Okay, so let's get back to your questions. Resume with the questions. I just wanted you to see. Okay, so your Libra moon is in the 2nd house, is sextile your Virgo rising. That means you have to look at where Mercury is. If moon No, that wouldn't work actually, my dear. Sextiles are between earth and water, or fire and air. Yes, I can do an astrological course. The best planet to live by in your for astrocartography is dependent on your chart, babes. It's dependent on your chart and what you're looking for in this lifetime, or what you're looking for in the moment. So let's do an example. Let's say Mercury is strong in your chart, and you want to be a writer or an orator or a teacher of some sort, and you want to excel your career, and you and I sit down and speak, and I'm like, well, do you want to go somewhere where your Mercury is alivened? And you'll say, yeah. Then I might look for Mercury in the 10th house for you, so that your Mercury can be put on the main stage. And those will be the places where you'll be asked to speak, where you'll write, where you'll publish things, where you're going to put your opinions more on the stage. If you move to a place where Mercury's in your first house, you're going to be seen as mercurial. So you're going to be seen as an expert in the Mercury thing that we're talking about. But it can also friend zone you if you're looking for a relationship. I know this because this happened to my friend. Here in California, she lives with Mercury in her first house, and she's always friend zoned. So you would be good at teaching others virtually on healing. Boom. Does that make sense? Okay. Chiron and Taurus is scarcity mindset. I don't have enough food, clothes, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm not beautiful enough. That's what Chiron is. Chiron is, ladies, I want you to understand, women, Chiron was just in Aries. Did you see how the men got fucked up over this transit? Did you see how they were going through a lot of stuff, and us women were like, oh, we good on y'all, we'll choose the bear. It's our turn now, ladies. I just wanted to let y'all know. It's our turn now. So they're going to be trying to control our wombs, just trying to control women much more, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Taurus is Venus energy. It's also feminine, it's earth, and so it deals with our resources. The world is going to make you feel like there's not enough. That's just not true. But Chiron and Taurus is not to be played with, and everybody should be saving their fucking coin. I don't care how much money you're making, you need to be saving your coin. You need to be saving your coin. What I said? You need to be saving your coin. Okay? Chiron is transiting in the 10th house. When Chiron is transiting in your 10th house, you're going to want to feel more spiritually connected to your purpose in the world. If you have a job, you can have a fallout, a scandal, you can have some type of hiccup at work. It really depends. And if it's Taurus and it's Chiron transiting there, it can affect your paycheck. But you need to take more of a Chironic position at your job. You want to heal the things. You don't want to cause more problems. You want to be the healer at the community. Okay? Chiron transiting your 7th house. In Taurus, I mean, long story short, you can attract broke people or broken people. Okay? That's unfortunate. You can absolutely attract broken people at this point. A lot of Scorpio risings have been through it though, huh? Because Uranus has just transited your 7th house. So a lot of you guys, there's a couple of relationships that have just been cut off, just gone. I know a couple Scorpio risings who were in relationships that were very tumultuous. You were dealing with very different type of people, and now the relationship's gone. It's over. You're over it. That type of thing. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It is. Like, Chiron's going to transit my moon. You know what I'm saying? But if you have it sextiling or... Oh, my God. Glocky. Glock. Bruh. Glock, stop it. I should be way drunker by now, but I'm talking a lot. Okay, wait. You guys gotta stay here. I gotta use the restroom. I need a bathroom break. Hold on. me get on the paper towel. But you see what y'all said. So, what do you guys want to talk about now? Yes, I did not. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was my man's friend. You know, this nigga said, you know what, Abby? You know what this nigga said? He said, yo, can y'all watch Glock for a second? Can y'all watch Glock for a little bit? It's been 2 years, guys. Glock is still here. She's still here. She is my dog now. Insane. Insane. It's not me. Okay? Okay, so Chiron, first house, Gemini, people, you are going to slip up and say something. And it's going to maybe hurt yourself. Something you said is going to disrupt something, but maybe you need it. Neptune, a lot of people have Neptune sextile Pluto. A lot of us do. Okay. North Node in Libra conjunct Chiron in the 7th house. That should be interesting. It really depends on how your Venus is aspected. That's going to show you the health of the relationship. Okay, the health of the relationship is dependent on Venus. You also have to look at your first house, which would be Aries. So Mars and Venus, what are both of them doing? Chiron, I have read in different ways. Like I have this one, matter of fact, I want to bring some books out for you guys. Can I bring some books out? I read this one, Chiron, Gemini, 7th house. The man had a missing finger or missing fingers or something. I've read with Chiron in the 7th house, alone, you can attract weak partners when Chiron is in the 7th house. Like they're weaker than you somehow, some way. So if it's in Gemini, they might be weak because of their speech or even communication. Maybe you guys could come from a different background, but it really just depends. Okay, I'm looking at my, guys. A couple years ago, I had a reading by Lynn Palmer. She was 89 years old and then she died after I met her. I would highly recommend getting this book. This is not what you're used to. It's not a pretty book, but she is one of the oldest astrologers. She was one of them. So take a screenshot of this. Be Your Own Astrologer by Lynn Palmer. Okay. So this motherfucking book, I have 2 of them. I have 2 of them. I love the way she, bruh, she gets straight to the point. This book is such a great first book to have. I hope I can write something of this level to teach to y'all. This is, okay. So Saturn, let's read Saturn. This is the book I recommend for beginners. This is the one. This lady, she's a Sagittarius. Saturn represents ambition, patience, discipline, routine, order, system, caution, negotiating, buying, safety, security, seriousness, persistence, bargains, and material possessions. Under a harmonious Saturn aspect, you may be dependable, reliable, efficient, practical, conservative, observant, dutiful, stick to active, humble, responsible, and hardworking. Under a discordant Saturn aspect, you may be fearful, negative, selfish, greedy, self-centered, depressed, worrisome, insecure, doubtful, restrictive, distrustful, envious, aloof, cold, or indifferent. You could be a taker and use people and or situations to gain your own ulterior motives. Saturn aspects may bring delays, postponements, losses, or decreases. The zodiacal sign that Saturn is in may indicate how you use the Saturn transits. Okay? Yes, I absolutely love what you're saying. How it goes together with human design, numerology, absolutely. It all repeats itself. It's literally, it just repeats. So, Saturn is in Aries right now, right? For everybody. You can attain security through having the guts and the courage to venture into innovative projects. Mind you, this stellium is going to go over my North Node. I got to be ready. However, all action is carefully planned using strategy and caution. If problems develop, because Saturn is caution, Aries is fast. Aries does not like Saturn being there. It's like the youngest, the most naive person in your family is getting schooled by the elder in your family. Okay? Yes, Neptune is there as well. Neptune makes dreams come true. Right now I'm reading you one aspect only because you have to take each one and break it down. If problems develop, you treat them as a challenge and will persist until you are the victor. You are ambitious, industrious, and ardent in the pursuit of a goal. You enjoy responsibilities and extra hours of labor if the monetary gain is sufficient. If the task is exciting, you'll be enthusiastic. However, you'll be patient and not leap in until you are sure of winning, because Aries love to win. Remember that. You may use your negotiating skill to trade or bargain for purchases, property, personal possessions, because Saturn is opposite Libra at this point right now. You could be selfish and buy things more for yourself than others. However, when you tire of inexpensive material objects, they're either quickly given away or you sell them at a discounted price. You know how this applies to me? I've been helping people with their career. I can't even tell you how long. This is the first time. Yeah, Saturn, like, I'm not one of your little friend, Aries. Exactly. This is the first time that I'm focusing my business purely on myself. I've taken my name. I've helped so many people. This Bună Noir is for me. It's for Novi Brown. I own this. I trademarked it. I did everything. I bought every single website, all the misspelled ones, all the correctly spelled ones. I did my trademark. I did my copyright. I did everything. This was me taking a chance on myself. That's what this Saturn in Aries is talking about. Everybody is doing the same thing in a different way, in a different part of their life. Mine happens to be in my career sector. Yours might be in your friendship zone. Yours might be in your partnership zone. Yours might be in your dating life or in your health. Okay? This is what's happening. So love this book. It cost me, was it $30? I have two of them. This lady, and not only that, excuse me, she also gives you the aspects. So discordant aspects. Somebody give me an aspect you have, and I'm gonna pull it up in here and read it to you. Because baby, she don't give a fuck. And let me tell you something. Astrology is what it is. It's what it is. Saturn should not scare you. Saturn represents our barriers, our structures, our systems, our infrastructure. Saturn represents durability, time, longevity. Okay? Let me see. Sun square moon. Let's see what sun square moon is giving. Sun square moon means your parents did not get along. I know that. You can see the moon is the mom, the sun is the father. If they're not in good aspect, that means they did not get along. They probably split up. Even if they're together, they're not together for real. They're not harmonious. Woo! Hold on. Okay. Sun, moon, discordant aspect. You emotionally react when you do not get your way with the things that you want to do. Your pride and ego get bruised and an upsetting emotional state develops. Your vitality is thus drained. It is difficult for you to be domesticated and tend to a job. Perhaps you go to work, and then when you go home, you are in a bad mood, and you don't feel like cooking dinner for anyone. If you desire to eat out and a loved one refuses to take you, that hurts your ego and could throw you into emotional tizzy. You feel that no one, male or female, wants to cater to your needs and be helpful. Baby. Baby. I gotta take a smoke break. Hold on. I didn't say it. The book said it. Yes, 33 years old, Saturn. Exactly. Saturn wants integrity. Maintain integrity and you will win. That's what Saturn wants. There's rules to this shit. Okay? But don't you see how Sun opposing Saturn, I'm about to read that one next. The Sun opposing Saturn is like, I know you didn't have a good relationship with your dad. absentee father. You know, because there's no structure there. There's no discipline there. Baby, I don't make it up. I just read it. You said Sun square. You said Sun opposing Saturn. Delays are attracted, especially if you get depressed or negative. You may not trust men, bosses, superiors, or people in authoritative positions. Perhaps you are envious of them or you feel inferior and compensate by appearing haughty, arrogant, and showing off a superior attitude. If you are too strict with rules, regulations, problems could occur. If you limit your ego from expressing your ambitions, you could wind up in a mental rut. Thus, losses could take place and aims could be abandoned. Elderly people could be difficult for you to deal with or be around. Do not belittle yourself and think you are unworthy of success. Instead, keep so busy with so many duties and tasks that you do not have time to indulge in negativity. Of course, I'm still acting, babes. I'm always acting. I'm always acting. I'm in class every week, boo. I'm doing short films all the time. I'm on stage all the time. It's a life journey. Do you see this book? Do you see? It's a good book. Let me get another one for you guys. I have a whole library over here. And she also did an almanac, but she's passed now. She did an almanac every year. And guys, I tested this shit. On the day I went to the dentist, it says, do not go to the dentist today. And I was like, let me see, because I was tested. I got to test it out. I should have listened. I had to go back two times for them to correct it. And it still doesn't feel right to this day. So this almanac was so tea. It gives you stuff for landscaping, legal action, healing, furniture stuff, credit card applications, cleaning, buying a wig, buying a surveillance camera, buying a tuxedo, the dates to get married, days not to get married. This lady, next level. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, let me grab another book for you guys. I have so many. Let's see. Mama, I know now you're just complaining now, Mama. Oh yeah. This one is good. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know Victor Simone. He's amazing. I follow him on YouTube. He's amazing. This is vocational astrology. So anybody who wants to talk about career stuff, this is great. Yeah, she RIP'd. This will literally tell you about if you're a Capricorn midheaven with the Aries rising, if you're a Capricorn midheaven with the Taurus rising, if you have a yod, if you have Jupiter aspecting your midheaven, what to expect. If you have Sun Uranus aspects, what to expect in your career. The moon, the type of careers. Okay, so somebody here said they're Taurus moon, right? Taurus moon wants a simple and peaceful life. What makes Taurus moon happy is security, both mental and emotional, predictability and comfort. They will be steady, reliable, and dependable, which are sterling qualities in the workplace, but only if the workplace is steady and reliable for them. They are most impressed by common sense and practicality than high-blown ideas. Food and sensual pleasures makes Taurus moon happy. Food-related careers might be indicated here. I was a waitress for a really long time, bartender a long time. They don't have to impress others with any sort of fanciness. They want things to feel good. and be solid. So anyway, another book. This is a vocational astrology. I have when I link my books, I have a lot of these already put onto my Amazon link. Okay? So this one is really dope. He also talks about the orbs, like how far away something should be. You know, I love my books, babes, and I love sharing reading with y'all. You know, literally, it'll tell you, oh, an Aquarius midheaven. This is what Aquarius midheaven is. This is a great book because everybody's always thinking about money and career. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to make sure I should do more in-depth Mars turn-ons, right? Because I like sex astrology. You know? The job market is very crazy right now. And what you can do is you would look at these things, like for instance, so signs on the midheaven and the 38 midheaven and rising sign combinations. So there's 38 different combinations. Okay? It tells you, do you have a cardinal? Do you have a fixed? Do you have a mutable midheaven? Do you have a water midheaven versus do you have an air midheaven, right? Air midheaven, knowledge, ideas, theory, humanity, travel, interaction, variety, analysis. Earth midheaven, security, stability, money, self-worth, tangible results, routine, steady income, structure, building things, body. Water midheaven, emotions, working with people, making emotional bonds, healing, caring, counseling. Fire midheaven, challenge, competition, excitement, risk, speed, self-promotion, glory, triumph, winning, recognition. Okay? It'll tell you about all the things. If your midheaven's in the 10th house, if it's in the 9th house, there's a difference. Okay? Exactly, boo. Cancer midheaven always works with women. Females, women, emotions, usually near a water. You work near water in some kind of way, shape, or form at all times. Whether there's a pond, there's a lake, there's a river nearby. And then it also tells you where the ruler is. The ruler in the 9th house, the ruler in the 10th house. The ruler of my midheaven is in its own house. Mine is in the 9th house in Placidus. And mine says these people are natural teachers. Communicating divine messages or working with past lives. Okay? So this is a great book. Let me grab another one. Hey, what's going on with you, Mama? Mama. Hello. What are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna put this one away. This hoe. I'm switching up the topic on y'all. Planets in composite. Everybody knows Robert Hand. The composite chart. Do you guys know what a composite chart is? You said, there's a lake at the front of my neighborhood in GA. I'm going to relocate to Jersey near water, and my next art series will be introducing women in water. I'm onto something. Exactly. You're going to be dealing with women in water. It's called, Vocational Astrology by Victor, Viktor, Simon, or Simon. Okay, it's backwards because, you know. Okay. Robert Hand, everybody, if you don't know, he's one of this. Okay. There's your chart, there's their chart, and then there's our chart together. You might be attracted to the bad archetype, considering my Gemini, Venus, and Mars in the 8th house. Yeah, you're attracted to people who have been through some shit. That's for sure. Some people with depth and who are going to be talking about it, at least to their partner. You shouldn't have any partners who hold any secrets from you. That's for sure. So, yes, crying and tears does count as water, babe. Absolutely. That's definitely water energy. There's your chart, there's their chart, and there's our chart together. So there's a synastry chart, okay, meaning that How, when you and I come together, how do you affect me and how do I affect you? That's what synastry is, right? Because you could be a Virgo rising and your partner can have a Leo rising. So they fall in your 12th house. You could have met somewhere in private and you could have a long distance relationship with this person, or you don't see this person, literally, you don't see them a lot. Like physically, you don't see them a lot because they're in your 12th house. Whereas in for them, you know, they might be like Cancer rising and you're Virgo rising, you're in their third house. You guys might not physically see each other a lot, but you might come from their neighborhood or know their sibling, or you guys might message a lot. Okay? So, yeah, you said you and your husband's composite chart is Gemini, Sun, Virgo, Moon, Scorpio rising. Did you guys have kids? Did you have kids? I'm wondering with that moon and that sun square, unless it's not a square. It could be out of square too. But this is amazing because if you're saying that, then what this book is going to do is going to say Sun, Virgo. You said many kids. Mars, where's your Mars at? Where's the Mars in the chart? It could be very busy in your house. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, babe. That's what that is. That square. Yeah, that's what that square is. Damn. Scorpio rising too. Damn. Mars and Aries with 1. Damn. It's so literal. Like your relationship is marked by transformation, by death, by surrender, by alchemy. It's marked by like that's not, those two people coming together in the chart having a Scorpio rising would be a very deep relationship, would be a life-changing relationship, a life-changing journey for both partners, not just for one. It would affect both in a different way, meaning whatever Scorpio house that you have in your personal chart is where that chart rising is going to be laying in. Okay? Wow. I'm so sorry. Sun, Moon square, yeah. Virgo, health things, transportation and health were involved or are involved somehow. But this chart here, you also have the Sun North Node relationship. So, okay, Virgo rising partner, Sag rising, he's in my 4th and we live together. Yeah. Because if he's in your 4th house, he's going to physically be in your house. Like his body is going to be in your house. Thank you. Everyone like and follow. You guys are so sweet. I swear, I just be chilling with y'all. But this here, okay, so for instance, in our composite chart, me and Malcolm's chart, we're Virgo Sun. Virgo Sun conjunct Mercury. You know? So even when we step out together, we're very clean looking, but we have our stuff below the chart. So we're not a very flashy outside couple. Do you ever notice sometimes with some people, you're very public, you're very boisterous, out loud, or you want people to see or interact? Some people you're more private with, things of that nature. The relationship that me and him have, we have a Leo rising in our chart, like, which is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? We have a North Node in the 7th house. We're meant to be together, meant to be married, but in a very Aquarian way, which is very untraditional or blended. Aquarius energy is blended. Like if you have your 5th house, if you have your 5th house in the 11th house or 11th house in the 5th house, you can have a stepchild or be a step parent. Because that's what that house means, the 11th house. It's blended situations. So if you have moon aspecting Uranus, you're going to grow up in a blended family. If you have sun aspecting Uranus, most likely you'll grow up with a blended family as well. Okay? Where you can find the chart for that, babes, is you go on astroseek.com or you Google composite chart. And you have to have the birth times. It is extremely important for you to have the birth times, okay? Your North Node is in Aquarius in the 3rd house. That means being able to say your truth, right? Being able to have your own truth, your own identity, your own thoughts. And your natal's in the 5th house. That's great because the 3rd and the 5th, they sextile. But this is also a private relationship. South Node in the 9th house, so interesting. When you guys go on family vacations or you guys leave out the country, there could be interesting turn of events for your relationship in general. So Leo, is about attention, right? I think you said you have Virgo energy and Gemini energy, but Leo is attention. So maybe it's the energy, like if you go to places, especially that are very sunny and beachy and lively and very party cities and things of that nature, like a very specific situation. Oh, me and my man went to carnival. You know what I'm saying? And something there could have happened where it would have opened the need for you guys to communicate your Aquarian energy and your nature. Yes, you're saying I'm not near enough water and that's why I feel stagnant. Exactly. Leo moon in a composite chart is very fun. Very showboaty, very show off. I would say use playlists, use a lot of music. Romance is needed with Leo energy in the chart. So yes, you have to be romantic. Thank you. And laughter. Laughter is going to heal a lot of the emotional residue. Okay? Right. Best astrocartography person, I don't know. If anybody has any recs, that would be great. But what you need to do first in your chart is figure out which planet is the strongest, which planet is the weakest. And then you're already going to stay away from when that planet is in the angles in the weakest for you. Say, okay, first you have to know do you have a day chart or a night chart? Do you guys know? If your sun is in houses 7 through 12, you have a day chart. And Mars is not your friend, is your friend. And if you have a night chart, it's below the horizon, and Saturn is not your friend. Okay? Day and night chart. I think I said it the right way. If I said it the wrong way, I'm sorry right now. Mama, please stop whining. You're stressing me out. So a day and a night chart means that you have to understand, okay, well, I have a day chart or a night chart. Okay, which planets are working for me and which planets are not working for me? Which ones are on my side and which ones are not on my side? And think of them as family members. You know, some family members are ops. You know what I'm saying? You know, some families are ops. So I want you to think about it like that. Oh my God, my eye is itchy. Okay, so if in a day chart, Jupiter is most beneficial to you, and Mars is the most stressful for you, no matter how it's aspected, no matter what's going on. Okay, that's just with the day chart, meaning the sun is, if your sun is in the 7th or to the 12th house, you have a day chart. Jupiter is your best planet. Mars is your worst planet, most challenging. In a night chart, the sun is below, okay? The horizon 1 through 6, meaning it's in houses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Venus is your best planet, and Saturn is your worst. Okay? So Saturn is not my friend, but my chart is ruled by Saturn. That could be a thing. That means Saturn is harder for you to deal with. That means, okay, first of all, Saturn is your chart ruler. Things are not really going to feel the way you want it to feel or what you think you're looking for until you have gone past your Saturn return. You have every 7 years that you're going to be coming at a crossroads and having time to adjust your energy. Saturn just entered Aries, so it's a fresh start and a new beginning. Right? And if Saturn is not your best chart, your best energy in your chart, look for sextiles to Saturn and look for Venus. Because there's going to be an out somewhere in your chart. That's okay. If Saturn is not your planet, that's okay. You might have Saturn. That means those 7 areas of your life, that means it's going to, until your Saturn return, that's just a slower place in your life. It's just slower. And you have to look at how Saturn is being helped in your chart. Is it being helped at all? Right? So all those things are extremely important. I don't feel like cooking, but now I'm like, oh, I gotta cook. Saturn and Cap, no. Yeah. So what the thing is, you're going to just be more doubtful about that area of your life. Whichever planet is not where it's comfortable, like going over to a family member's house that you hate going over, then it's just going to take time until you start to not give a fuck for real. And if you could do that earlier in your life, then it'll be better. But unfortunately, when we're younger, like we're conditioned a lot in our environment and blah, 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 you know. We want to impress people. We don't want to disappoint people, all this kind of stuff. And I don't know how you were raised, but Saturn represents tradition in Capricorn, but it represents the future in Aquarius. So it really just depends on how Saturn is situated in your personal chart. That's quite important. Oh, I'm loving that this phone is lasting for so long. And that the quality is good. I ain't mad at that. Okay, both my son and I have Aquarius moon, Virgo ascendant with all of the same house placements. Wow. And also both born 18th but different months. I'm a Taurus, he's a Capricorn. What does that mean? If everything is basically the same and you guys differ in the sun sign energy, it means that you guys differ in where you put that energy. So he would be executing all that energy through his 5th house of creativity, fun, hobbies, love, romance, children, his own children eventually. And for you, you do it more through 9th house things. You want to do it for the wisdom. He wants to do it for the fun. It's a difference. But you guys can connect. You guys can do it in a way that's going to be, basically, you learned all this wisdom so he can go and have a good time. So he can actually be creative and do the things that make him happy. You are his mentor. You know what I'm saying? And he's the person that's fun for you. He's the person that brings you back to your childhood. He is your child because he's in your 5th house. And you guys have a lot of similarities. You see what I'm saying? Any books on the houses or and how to activate or remedy? No, I don't have any remedies. Do I have remedies? No, I do. Hold on, let me see. It's this one. Damn, I am a nerd, bruh. Body astrology. I think this one is pretty cool. It's very big. It doesn't need to be this big, but I think it's just because it's so colorful. What I do really like about this book is that it tells you about body parts. So if you love medicine, if you love health, yeah, exactly. Exactly. You ran so he could walk. That's exactly the vibes. Like, hold on, let me get back to him real quick. Especially as a dad, I love, you are so following your chart. I love this for you. Your 9th house sun makes you such a great philosopher, mentor. You have amazing resources for him. You have tangible, real things that he can put his faith into, his beliefs into, that are going to create steady calmness, reliability for him. And with his sun in the 5th house, babes, he's going to love building stuff. He's going to love being maybe in science club, tech club. My man's a Virgo rising just like you. He's a cameraman. He loves building out things, but he's also great at instruments. He's great at drawing. He's great at so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So you really can have a good time with your baby. Like, trust that you did the work. And maybe I don't know. I think it depends. Like, I'd have to look at his Saturn placement, where it is. But a lot of his life is going to be about romance, fun, speculative things. So he can get into gambling. He could get into, for good, better or worse, you know what I'm saying? He could have kids when he's older or just end up with one child. He could end up being in romantic situations with people who are older than him. So just navigating love, romance, having children, navigating fun life. Like, I think that's going to be really important for you to understand. You know what I mean? His bad, he wants him to become a boxer. I think so, because he has Mars in Capricorn with that 5th house stellium. Exactly. That is such an athlete placement, but have an exit plan, because Capricorn deals with the bones, the ligaments, and the joints. Okay, and Capricorn deals with age. So I could see this as a person who literally tries to age out of their sport. And he's going to have to learn about time, just time management, discipline, not doing things like, maybe not dating as much if he doesn't want to become a professional athlete. So things of that nature. Okay, so back to this book. And thank you so much for complimenting my books. I should do an actual whole nice video where Malcolm films it for me so you guys can see all my books. Mars and Capricorn makes a lot of money. And they go to the top too. If you have any Capricorn placements, it's so easy. If you are an online personality or something, you need to reach out to the Macy's of the worlds, the Siemens of the worlds, the Canons of the worlds, the Fuji films. Capricorn placements can easily attract situations with Capricorn type of establishments, things that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? You can easily attract those partnerships. You go to the top. When you have Capricorn Leo placements, you are around Capricorn Leo Scorpio placements, you're around powerful, wealthy people who create industries. That is a lot of that. And Virgo can come in there too, but it's in a different way. Virgo kind of comes between the seams, if you understand what I mean. But Aquarius is the #1 when it comes to billionaires. I think in Vedic, it's Aquarius, which makes sense because they can gather a lot of resources from large groups of people. But when you have those things that I talked about, you're going to see things a little bit different. But Capricorn placements can attract wealthy people very easily. So don't ever get shocked or impressed. That's just what you do. Okay? This is the other one. Body astrology. Okay? It says, let the planets be your guide to trusting in your own body and inner wisdom. This shit is dope because it does talk about workouts. And I love working out. I love working out. I love working out. I love working out. I don't care how you look. I don't care how hot you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care. You need to be working out. You need to be moving your body. You need to be doing yoga, swimming, hula hoop, roller skate, walking, skateboarding, dirt biking, swimming. Fish, I don't care, bowling, I don't care. I need you to move your body. Moving your body is a gift, and you have to do it. But each sign does not like doing it in the same way. So everybody does not like going to the gym and pushing pounds and pounds of weight. Everybody doesn't like doing that. That's what this book is good for. If you're looking to glow up, I have a Saturn video on this page that talks about which workouts I suggest for Saturn. So check that out. But here it talks about the anatomy. Okay, let me go over Cancer real quick. So Cancer is about nourish and protection, right? So it says the meninges of the brain and the spinal cord, the gums, the mucous membranes, the sinuses, lower esophagus, chest, interior shoulders, armpits, breasts, stomach, gallbladder, sternum, ribs, intercostal muscles, pleural, lower lobes of the lungs, diaphragms, elbows, flesh of the belly, uterus, bladder. That's why I like this book, because if you're really into oh, I want to work out, I want to be healthy, this is going to get you right. So here it says the nutrition for Cancer. The gesture is comfort, right? Emotional digestion. This is why when you see a Cancer not eating, they're stressed, okay? Cancers will, unless they have Taurus placements or Jupiter, they'll overeat. But most Cancers who don't have those placements, they will stop eating. They'll just, because they're emotionally too into it. So it talks about their strengths and their conditioning, and it talks about which sports and classes running. It talks about what kind of yoga you can do. It says what kind of conditions there might be that you might deal with, like asthma, breast swelling, tenderness, cysts, chronic fatigue, digestive discomfort, poor appetite, nausea, vomiting, stomach aches. It literally will break all of that down to you. So this book is actually really good for that. It does go into the planets as well. Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Cancer, like it literally, boom. It's eating disorders under Cancer, food fear, neuroses under Cancer, water retention, swelling. I'm a Cancer rising. The swelling is fucking real. That's a real thing. So this book is really cute. What you can do is look up, okay? What you can do is look it up and look at your rising sign, your moon, your other things, okay? I'll do Libra very fast. So Libra is giving... Libra is giving, oh yeah, they put it in the sign, they put it in the order of elements. So, Libra is the lower back muscles, lumbar spine, lumbar nerves, ovaries and testes, fallopian tubes, veins, complexion, urinary bladder, uterus, and urethra, kidneys, adrenal glands. It's so interesting because everybody always compliments me on my complexion. I'm sure it's because I have a Libra South Node. I'm sure that's the reason. So then some sports that a Libra can do are ballet, bar, Bosu and balancing, ball training, competitive bodybuilding, paddleboarding, partner sports, Pilates, slacklining, surfing, tennis. It'll tell you about all the different planets, all the things. Some of the signs of a poor Libra placement is blood sugar swings, cortisol imbalances, difficult fluid and blood pressure regulation, fertility challenges, hormonal acne and other skin changes, hormone imbalance, inability to regulate body temperature, insulin resistance, poor carbohydrate metabolism, diabetes, kidney issues, lower back pain, Libra. Because Libra is all about balancing. Okay? I have a Jupiter in Pisces. I have a South Node in Libra. So, do you see what I'm saying? This is a very, very good book. Isn't that crazy? You're like, as a Libra rising, a lot of that is accurate. And in this book, it'll probably tell you how to rebalance it. So you'll look to your Venus placement. Look at how your Venus is aspected. Is it downstairs or upstairs? Downstairs means it's a private Libra. Upstairs means it's a public Libra. Okay, no, this is not my book. I wish. Soon, one day. Okay? But this is just part of my, my library. So this is for healing, for people who love wellness, things like that. So, yeah, this shit is real. I can't. Yeah. Aquarius rising, Venus in Pisces, single for 10 years. Is this a for everything? It depends on your sun. What's your sun doing? You know, but you're going through a lot of changes, Aquarius. You're coming into power. So what you going to do with that? A lot of Aquarius risings are being called to the forefront. But Leo is your ruler of your relationship. So it's the ruler of, are you being seen? Are you outside? Does Venus, Mars try me? No, it just means that you're fiery. You love adventure, you love freedom, you love passion, you love sex, you love learning, you just love the experience. Especially if you meet a Sag, that energy just is even more, you know what I'm saying? Like more. Sometimes I want to like stream Twitch astrology. Does anybody do that? Are there any like Twitch or astrology people? I'm hungry. I do not want to cook. I'm so lazy. It's 8 o'clock at night. I should cook. I think I should cook and get off live. I know, but I've been ordering too much. How would Pluto conjunct Mars and MC affect the career? I don't know, but what I can say is that you're not there to sustain, you're there to change the field that you're in. You're not there to just go along with the Joneses. Pluto is about a psychological change. So, and Pluto deals with scandal, power struggles. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pluto deals with power struggles. And Mars is meaning that you have a job that's competitive and where you need to compete and show your Martian energy. Thank you. And show your, I know, I'm a Taurus moon. I can't. And during the pandemic, it's horrible. Oh, I put my planter up again. I just started my plants upstairs. I think I'll show you guys my plants and my view, and then I'm going to cook and get off of here. But I'm going to do a whole video because we didn't even talk about what I said we were going to talk about. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Let me show you. Show you my view. It's really nice. See how pretty that is? No, I'm not still vegan. I can see the Hollywood sign from my house. So cute. It's like literally so nice out here. And let me show you guys my lettuce grow. I'm on my few months. Babes, I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? I gotta approach a different level this year. I gotta approach a different level this year. Let me show you guys my plants. Wait, ready? Oh wait, I don't. Look at that. Wait, look at that. So I just planted these. How pretty is that? Isn't that cute? Look at it. So this is how you see it now. This is called a lettuce grow. It's called a lettuce grow. I got this during the pandemic. Okay. No, I have the garden one as well downstairs. I have both. I got it during the pandemic. This, if you have a family, you have a lot of people you feed, neighbors, you have to get one. You have to get one. Like, it's so dope. It's so worth the money. It's about $700 for this whole thing. It's very lightweight. You could take it with you. You can move wherever. I've moved houses already. But you can get less plants than this. So this $700 is for the 36 plants. But you can get less plants, like 20 plants, something like that. Yeah. Good night, babe. Good night. Thank you for coming. And then look at my other view. This is my other view right here. You see? Isn't that nice? And it's not that bright like you're seeing on the screen. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you have to get one of these. Like, it's so dope. Okay, and so what you do with this, super easy. You fill it with water, but once you fill it, it's heavy. You cannot pick it up again. So don't even just wherever you put the damn thing is where you put it. Then you have to pH balance it. So I got some pH down. They give you the plant food and all this other stuff. You have to have like a pH tester. It's a little sciencey. You know what I'm saying? But it's really cute. It's really worth it. When I was doing this, I was my smallest that I had ever been. My skin was glowing. because I was just eating this with fish or like meat or whatever I was eating every day because I was literally having a salad every single day. So it's really dope. I just love this thing. It's such a great investment. Super low maintenance. Yes, I'm sorry. Low maintenance. It goes on, it shuts on, and it waters itself. I'll go away to set and I'll plug it in. I'll come back, and this whole thing is full of food. So awesome. But yeah, this is a little bit of my house. Cute, right? Babes, I love a view, boo. And it's quiet. You hear how quiet it is? Even though I live in the city, like, still quiet. Okay. Oh, my earring stuck to the thing. But yeah, this is it. This is literally my stuff. I'm so happy we got to hang out. I'll show you my library quickly, but I'm gonna do a video so hard for this. Like so hard. Um but here is my you're like, Novi, how do you know so much? Well, Malcolm has a picture of me with like 5 books, and I fell asleep with all the 5 books. And like I'm so excited to like thank you write my own stuff. And I don't know, like these books give me so much inspiration. Like this one, I love the size of this book. I love this little handheld book. Yes, it's color coordinated. I gotta come back in here though and redo it. Yeah, I'm coming back to YouTube. But here, see, I gotta redo it. But I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling solid. Now I have my Pinot Noir up there. I have my Essence Award up here. I have my businesses up here. I got my cookbooks. Got my African stories, of course. And I have a book that I even wrote in here. I got my tarot cards. All those tarot cards. Yeah. I used to tarot like crazy actually. But I love astrology. Astrology is my thing. I have business books. Zuri has her books down here. She has a bookshelf as well. But listen, I need more shelves. I put these shelves together myself and everything. I was like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. So yeah, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited. This is such a great home that we have here, and I'm just so grateful and blessed and thankful. And yeah, I'm gonna be coming back to YouTube because I have so much to say, and I'm always studying. I'm literally reading astrology books every day of my life. Every day I'm reading astrology books, so I don't ever want people. I'm always gonna be in practice, but I think I'm gonna keep it here on YouTube because Threads, I don't know about it. I don't know about Threads yet. I don't know about my Instagram. I like it here. Moon in Gemini opposing Saturn and Scorpio. What does that mean? Do I have Scorpio traits too? Yes. You absolutely do. You try to play it cool, but you really mean that shit. You could be way more ruthless and cold-blooded than you like to lead on. Gemini and Scorpio both love research, and they're very curious signs and things like that. Geminis and Scorpios are naturally attracted to each other. But you got to mean what you say and say what you mean and stand on that shit and stop going back and forth. Your moon in Gemini wants to play around sometimes, but your Saturn in Scorpio was really hurt. Doesn't want to get betrayed, doesn't want to get lied to, doesn't want to get let down. Exactly, since naturally lit. Why my skin still glowing? Why my skin still glowing? I love that. That's crazy, I love it. Anyway, I'm going to cook now. I'm going to be responsible. Good night. I'm not saving this because it was stupid. It was a stupid all over the place live, and no one's going to even know what I'm talking about when they click on the video. People want order. And then people would be trying to be like, Novi, Please, you're a celebrity. You need to have better this. You need to have better that. And I'm like, nigga, I just don't want to. Everything else in my life is curated. Can I just be chilling on YouTube or nah? Like, I treat YouTube like people treat TikTok. I just feel like it was all over the place and stupid. I don't think there was any good information in here. I mean, it is, but it's just not organized. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I appreciate you. And thank you, girl. Don't make me cry. Thanks, girl. I needed that. I needed that little reinforcement. I'm just going to put my glasses on now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put my glasses on now. I'm going to have a drink for real because I've been talking to y'all. I'm just so grateful for you guys. You guys keep me like plugged in. That's why when I do my astrology, Malcolm be like, why don't you? I said, nah, my people don't play about, they don't play. We don't play. So we got to be, we go. I'd rather give you quality than just spit out shit. But I do have an idea and I have a plan. I am going to come out with the nodal video because of the South Node in Leo, North Node in Aquarius. I am going to come out with that this week. I'm just going to be late. I'm going to give myself some time, but that's going to be like an in-depth video because I'm probably like some notes, you know. Ciao. Appreciate the love.